Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we'll be going over a bunch of different stats from Jayden Daniels' first NFL game, some advanced stuff, some normal stuff, and going over something that he did that no other rookie quarterback has ever done. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. And yeah, let's just get right into it. And again, all those things help out a ton. And comment down below your overall thoughts on Jayden Daniels' first game, maybe a grade or just how you felt about it. And maybe we'll see if that changes throughout this video. So let's get into the thing that's probably in the title of this video. Not sure yet what the title will be. But Jayden Daniels had 88 rushing yards, the most by a rookie QB in a season opening game in the Super Bowl era, and the second most by a QB in his first game in the Super Bowl era. And he also had two rushing touchdowns. So the company he's in with Kenny Pickett and Kevin Hogan, not the best company, but he also was fine passing the football. Was he amazing? No, but he was fine. He didn't turn the ball over and really took what the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers gave him. And really only like one play that he really missed, and that was a Terry McLaurin deep ball. And he is going up against a solid Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. You know, they got Antoine Winfield, one of the best, if not the best, safeties in all of football. They got Levante David, a stud linebacker. They've got some really good pieces on that defensive line. They got Vita Vea. They've got some other guys that are just very solid. So they've got a good defense. And Todd Bowles obviously knows how to mess with quarterbacks. And so for Jayden to do what he did was pretty impressive. And yeah, rushing the football was very good. Actually, ninth overall in rushing out of all players, not just quarterbacks, but players. Was top 10 in passing, which is very surprising because he only had 184 yards, but he was still top 10 in passing and then top 10 in rushing, ninth overall in the entire NFL. We'll go over his basic stats right here for you guys. So 17 for 24, 184 yards. I can actually refresh this. It'll show quarterback rating, which I'm not a huge fan of quarterback rating, but again, you guys will be able to see that. We'll see whenever it refreshes. But yeah, 17 for 24, 184 yards. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and we'll go here and then we'll go back to week one, see if that changes anything. Because usually it shows the quarterback rating there. I guess it doesn't really matter. There it is, 42. Not great. But not awful. Again, quarterback ratings very different than pass rating. His pass rating was a 93. You see, Baker Mayfield's was a 146. You see rushing the football 16 for 88, 5.5 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. Thought he was very solid running the football. I think only a couple things I didn't like was the slides could be better. Just the way he's sliding isn't necessarily the best, but that'll come with time. But I did like, in general, he was getting down early. The other thing I didn't talk about in my video, the helmet, a little loose. Maybe they got to get that figured out. And then I didn't like the runs up the middle. That's not on Jayden, but I just don't like us using our second overall pick like a running back and just running him up the middle with 325-pound, 330-pound offensive or defensive linemen. I don't love that. I really don't. So that I would change. Like, that's using him like Jalen Hurts, and I think he's better than that in terms of, you can use him as a passer a little bit more. And here's his passing chart. It's another thing I didn't love, and this is not necessarily on him, but just look at where all these passes are. I mean, he had one completion over 10 yards, and that was at the end. And garbage. I'm not even gonna get into garbage time stuff because I don't know. It's a rookie quarterback. Like, if he plays well, he plays well. And the last possession was really the only thing you could argue was garbage time. And you could tell a little bit because the Bucs were playing off, and like that completion right here to Zacchaeus, like, it was wide open. It was a good throw and it was a good route. And yeah, it was a solid play by Jayden, but that they were giving him that. But besides that, he didn't have any completions over 10 yards and really only one other attempt over 10 yards. So in the next game against the Giants, I want to see a lot more. I want to see, like, let's say 3-4 completions over 10 yards and like 6-7 attempts over 10 yards because this was not enough, and it's not all on Jayden. It's on Cliff too, but would like to see stuff develop a little bit more down the field. Maybe this is just a game plan because, offensive line isn't the best. You're playing against a solid defensive line. You're playing against Todd Bowles, who does like to, blitz a lot. And that's something that they probably took into account. I mean, he faced 5+ rushers on 47% of his dropbacks, which was the second highest rate in week 1. So that is partly why he didn't have a lot of time to throw the ball. He was pressured on 38.1 of his dropbacks, 7th highest, 38.1%. So offensive line wasn't good. They weren't terrible, I guess. His average time to throw, 2.35 seconds, the fastest time in week 1. So that means he was getting rid of the ball quickly, very quickly. And he only took 2 sacks, which is good. You like to see that. If Howell was back there yesterday, he would have taken probably 6, 7, 8 sacks. And nothing against Howell, but that's just how it is. Jayden can hold on to the ball a little bit more, evade pressure, and get rid of it. And he made some good decisions yesterday. Not too many times where it was like, you should have thrown that away earlier. And that's really great. That's really great. So these are some advanced stats that I think point in the positive direction for Jayden Daniels. Pressured a lot, but only got sacked twice. And I guess he did fumble once, and you would like to see that be a little bit better in terms of his protection on the ball, but that was just bad protection. I think that was Cornelius Lucas. So you'd like to see a little bit better play there by your O-lineman. But you also want to see some better protection there by Jayden Daniels. So a little bit of both there, but a lot of this stuff that Jayden didn't do well is very correctable. Again, the sliding can be a little bit better, and then that protection, that's easy to fix. That's just being a little bit more disciplined. And then some of the other stuff, he missed a couple throws that he normally would make, like the throw to Terry McLaurin and a couple other throws on the sideline. His EPA, which is another advanced stat, it's like an efficiency thing, was 7th among all quarterbacks heading to Monday Night Football, 4th in success rate, 2nd in expected completion percentage. And yeah, pretty solid there. His receivers weren't helping a ton. I mean, Zacchaeus dropped a pass. Maybe they didn't show the replay. I didn't think Fox did a good job of showing replays, but that looked like it maybe wasn't a great pass, but still could have maybe he could have caught it. And then the receivers just weren't making a lot of plays, weren't getting open. Besides maybe Terry, who was very open on that one play that Jayden, you got to hit that. He hit that all the time in college. He made that throw all the time in college. Wasn't able to make it yesterday on Sunday, but I'm expecting him to not miss that throw again, or at least not miss it twice in a row. And there was another throw to Terry where it was earlier on in the game. He was maybe a little bit open, but it was out of bounds. The thing is, I would love, because Terry, he is a good route runner, but he's a great contested catch guy. You got to give him some chances in terms of, being a contested catch guy. And they really didn't do that. So I would like for them to do that because, again, your number one receiver getting paid over $20 million a year, getting 2 catches for 17 yards just can't happen. Overall, though, it was a down day for a lot of offenses. Not for the Bucks because, they're a solid offense. They're also playing our sorry defense, but it was a poor day. Like, for Jayden Daniels to have 184 yards and be the 10th leading passer in the NFL, that shows how, low it was this week for passing. A lot of big names were not doing well. And out of the rookie quarterbacks, I think Jayden Daniels by far had the best game. When you look at Bo Nix, had 2 interceptions and just didn't have a very good day. And Caleb Williams, they won. Got to give him props for that. The Bears did win, but he didn't even throw 100 passing yards and was below 50% completion percentage. And threw 93 yards, 5 carries, 15 yards. He also has a much better situation. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Rome Odunze. He's got Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift. Like, they've got good weapons there. Cole Kmet, even though sold my fantasy team, only got 1 catch for 4 yards. Tight ends in general just were not making plays this week in fantasy. That's besides the point. But yeah, rookie quarterbacks, the other guys didn't really play well, and Jayden had a solid game. So I think overall you should be encouraged by Jayden. It's week 1, and I'm not worried about him. There's a way bigger issues right now on this football team than Jayden Daniels, and I thought Jayden had a solid performance. Would like to see maybe the running tone back a little bit in week 2, and the passing, tuned up a little bit. And that's not on Jayden. Again, that's more on the offensive game planning. And maybe this week it was just because of the matchup. That's fine. But next week against the New York Giants, stretch the ball down the field a little bit more, and let's get it to Terry a little bit more and less runs up the middle. Like, I'm fine with 10 runs for Jayden, but like 4 or 5 of those 16 were runs up the middle. So let's maybe take those out of the game plan and move those to a little bit more passing down the field. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I thought Jayden overall had a good game, and excited to see what he can do this coming week against the New York Giants. I want to win this game so badly. Giants always have our number. Do not like their fans. Let's get this win against the Giants. And we'll continue to make some videos. This one's a little bit more of a positive one. Of course, there will be negative ones this week. And there should be after a performance like that. And yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down below. We'll go Preston Smith. I don't know if I've said his name yet, but we'll go Preston Smith. Was watching him against the Eagles. Had a good player too. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.